Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Stedman. Today I'll be teaching you how to crochet my Milky Way sweater. It's very easy to do. It's the combination of regular double crochet and 3 row of the star stitch I mentioned before when I did my hat and the cowl, that I will be using that stitch in another project. Well, this is another project. So it's three row around of the star stitch, and here 3, and in the border almost at the border 3. So it's very easy to do, and I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material that I'm going to use to make this beautiful sweater. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I do my video in Spanish and English, so if you receive a Spanish video, look in the main page of my YouTube channel and you will find the version in English. And when you are there, if you want to do a donation to my channel, you go on the top and you go to donate, and you can do it there, or in the description box I leave the link as well. So let's start making this beautiful crochet Milky Way. Before I start with my sweater, I want to thank all my friends on Instagram that gave me different names for this sweater. I decided to go with a Milky Way sweater. It's really nice in Spanish and English, so thank you Laura Odania for the suggestion. To do this sweater, you're going to measure around your neck, because it's done in the yoke from top down. You're going to measure around your neck and from the collarbone to under the arm, maybe a little loose. That way you can have movements of your arms. And we're going to work the increases until the change of color and here. So sorry that I'm working in this one with dark yarn, but I'm going to leave a link. You're going to see a knife. You click in the eye, or in the description box I'm going to leave a link of the lighter color yoke that I'm going to do, or that I did. That way you guys can see how it's done until here, all the increases. And from there you can come to this video and continue with the change of color and down. This is a very easy sweater, even that it's done with dark yarn. It's just single crochet and double crochet and the star stitch in here. And this is easy to see because it's a lighter color. As I work, I'm gonna leave the progress of the sweater and being taking pictures as I go. That way you can see in where I am and how it fits my body. I'm a size large. This sweater is a size large, so you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. I give you all the details in how to change the sizes. Okay, so let's start making our Milky Way sweater. To make this crochet sweater, this is the yarn I'm gonna use, and I know before I say anything else that I'm gonna get a lot of complaint that why I use the dark yarn. Well, this is the yarn that I have for this crochet sweater, and they're the only one that match to each other for a good contrast. So I will try to do my best to explain every single detail. And if you know how to crochet, and I said do a single crochet or a double crochet or a half double crochet, and the next stitch you know how to do it no matter what color I'm using. And if you see my videos, you know that I give you step by step, and I'll never leave you hanging with the missing information. So this yarn is Lion Brown Pound of Love, 100% premium acrylic, and they're really nice and soft. This is my first time working with this yarn, and it feels really nice. They are 16 ounces, 454 grams, 932 meters, or 1,020 yards. Medium 4, they recommend a 6mm or J10 crochet hook. And the color of this one is charcoal, and the color of this one is denim. And you will agree with me that this one for the accent is better than this one, and the main color and accent. But this one, main color, this accent don't gonna look right. So you're gonna need tapestry needle and scissor, a measuring tape. And the crochet hook that I have here is 6mm, but I don't know yet if I'm gonna need a bigger size hook when I do the accent color. because I'm gonna do a stitch that I don't can do increases, and I will be doing this in the yoke part of the sweater. So if I need this to be a little bit wider or bigger, I will use a 6.5 or a 7mm crochet hook that I have them here waiting just in case. We're gonna start by taking our measurements. You're gonna take your measurement, or the persons that you're gonna do this sweater for, from the smallest to the biggest. You have to do the measurement yourself. You're gonna measure the base of their neck, you know, the circumference, to see how big or how small you're gonna do the sweater. And then you're gonna measure that in centimeter, and then you're gonna make a chain in that length, but at the same time it had to be multiple of 5, and at the same time divisible by 2. So you're going to do, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, and so on. You don't can do 65 or 75 because you don't can divide by 2 at the end for the accent color. So once you do that measurements, you're going to measure from the base of your neck to under your arm a little more, and then we're going to work in the round, and in the round until we have a little bit left in here, like this, around like that, to get to the end of the increases to do the accent color. And that's why I mentioned that I may need to use a bigger crochet hook to continue, that way this thing stay more round. But that's what we're gonna do now. I will give you the measurement for mine. Anyway, mine is a size large, but I don't know if my size large it will fit your size large. You know, everybody have the different body shape. Some are wider in the top, or smaller in the top, bigger in the hips. So, and that's how we're gonna start, by measuring the base of our neck. So I place a picture here that I took with my cell phone, showing you how I measure around the base of my neck, and it's a little bit loose. I measure 18 inches or 46 centimeters. I'm gonna do my chain. I'm gonna put it around my neck again, and if that's the circumference that I want, those 18 inches, I will leave it like that. If I want a more snug, I will remove some stitches, and as long as there's multiple of 5 and divisible by 2. Okay, so I'm gonna do a slip knot, and I'm gonna do the slip knot like I do always my slip knots. I'm not doing anything different because I'm working with a darker yarn. All is the same, and the chain is the same. So you're gonna do the chain for the length that you have your measurements. This is a really nice yarn. It feels almost like wool. It's really nice. This is my first time working with this yarn, so far so good. I touched the ball of yarn. They feel nice and soft, and they feel soft to the touch when you do the chain. So you see, I'm gonna do my chain, a regular old chain, until I have my length. And when I measure, I don't want to pull my chain to measure, just I'm gonna leave it flat like that and measure my chain till I have my 18 inches or 46 centimeters. For mine, it has 70 chain space, so I'm gonna do a slip stitch in the first one to create a circle, and make sure that this, you put it down nice and flat, that it's not twisted, to create your circle. So if you ever done a chain and created a circle with a slip stitch, it's like that. You're gonna do a slip stitch, and you're gonna chain 1, and in the same space you're gonna do a single crochet, and in each chain space you're gonna do a single crochet, and you will have the same amount of single crochet that you had of chain. So for mine it had to be 70 single crochet. Yes, 70 or 70. So you're gonna do single crochet on top of each chain space until you have the same amount that you chain. So I will meet you here at the end of this round. I have my 70 single crochet, and now I'm gonna do a slip stitch on the first one. So I'm gonna pass my hook under those 2 strands of yarn, and I'm gonna do a slip stitch, and like that you finish row 1. So this is gonna be the yoke of the sweater, a combination of 2 stitches. The first one is a row of single crochet, and then the second one a row of double crochet, and in that row we're going to do the increase. The next one single crochet, no increase, the next one double crochet, increase. So you're going to be working one increase, one row of increase, one row without increase, and combining single crochet with double crochet. So now we're going to work on row around. Now we're going to chain 3, and that counts as the first double crochet. And if you don't know how to do this that I'm done so far, and then I don't recommend for you to do the sweater because it will be too advanced for you, because so far what I'm done is very easy. Just one row around of single crochet and chain 3, and here on top of that slip stitch. Now we're going to do an increase in the same space, so we're going to pass through the same space at the slip stitch, and I like to pass it through the slip stitch as well. And you're going to do a double crochet, and that's your first increase. Now we're going to do 4 double crochet and the next 4 single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 double crochet and top of those 4 single crochet separate. Now in the next one you're going to do 2 in the same space, 2 double crochet for increase. 1 and 2. Again, that's the repetition that you're going to do. 4 double crochet and the next 4 single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4 double crochet on top of those 4 single crochet. And now in the next one you're going to do 2. I have fluff here. Now you're going to do 2 double crochet and the next single crochet. So 2 in the same space for increase. 1 and 2. And again, you're going to do, making sure that this is not twisted, that you're doing it in the right place. You're going to do 4 double crochet and the next 4 single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 separate double crochet. And in the next single crochet, you're going to do 2 in the same space, 2 double crochet, 1 and 2 for an increase. So like that you're going to continue working all the way around, and you're going to finish this round with 4 double crochet separate, and then we're going to do a slip stitch and the third chain in here where we start in the first stitch in here. And so far so good, even though I'm working with our yarn. I'm explaining you every single detail. And I will show you one more time. So you're going to do 4 double crochet and the next 4 single crochet. And I'm doing this color because I want to have a sweater this color. And if I do a lighter color with different yarn, I will have to make another sweater. And I always like to make one piece per video. so that's why I record Spanish and English at the same time. Otherwise I will never have time to do this many projects. So you're going to do 4 separate double crochet on top of those 4 single crochet, and then the next single crochet you're going to do 2 double crochet in the same space. 1, and 2, and like that you're going to continue all the way around. Make sure that in here you work your piece without twisting this part. You see, this is the cast on in here, or my chains, and then in the outside is my single crochet, and make sure that it's like that, because if you twist it you will have to undo your piece. So once you do this second round, you can try it on, and if you think this is big enough for your size, and then you continue. Otherwise you will have to undo what you've done so far. It's better now than later when you have this bigger. And you'll add 10 stitches if it's too small, or decrease 10 stitches if it's too big. Here I did my last increase. Sorry, I was going to say decrease, increase, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet left. That is the 4 double crochet that I'm gonna do before I do my slip stitch. One, 2, 3, and 4. Now you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, chain, and on top of the double crochet, that's like the 4th chain, in the top you're gonna do your slip stitch. That way you have a nice finish in here, and it will look like this. See, so far so good. 70 chain, 70 single crochet, and in round 3, 3 chains, a double crochet in the same space, 4 double crochet, 2 double crochet in the next single crochet, and so on. So now is your chance to try it around to see this fit over your head, and if everything is fine, and then we'll start doing round 3. That is a round of single crochet. So I left another picture there that I took with my cell phone, and for you to see exactly how this fit on myself. So it's perfect. I don't have to do any chain. So I'm gonna chain 1, and in the same space where you did that slip stitch, you're gonna do your first single crochet exactly in the same space, because if you do in the next space you'll be decreasing that stitch. That's the thing with single crochet. And with single crochet you have to always work in the same space that you did the chain 1, because if you go to the next space to do the single crochet, you'll be decreasing 1 stitch. So you're gonna do 1 single crochet on top of each double crochet all the way around. I'll be like this. I'm gonna do my slip stitch on top of the first single crochet, and now we're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. So in the first round of double crochet we did an increase in the beginning, and then we did 4, and number 5 we did an increase. So I don't want the increase to be in the same space of the round before, because I want this to be round, not in a shape. And then now we have to do every 6, but in the beginning, that way it don't the number 6 is not in the same place as the first increase. What we're gonna do is divide that in half, so 3 at the beginning and 3 at the end. So 3 double crochet, that's 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 in the same space, 2 double crochet for an increase, and then now we start 6 and an increase, 6 and an increase. We're just moving the place of the increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 2 double crochet in the same space for an increase, like that. And that is how you're going to continue these 4 rows. Okay, 6 double crochet separate and 2 double crochet in the same single crochet. I'm going to finish this with my last 3. This was an increase, and I have 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And I do my slip stitch, not on the top of the third chain, but almost on the top of the V of the first double crochet, like that. And when you lose that tail here, this will be even, that you don't want to see where you start or end your round. So now we have to do a round of single crochet, but I want my piece to be a little bit higher in the back. So this step that I'm gonna do for mine is optional. If you don't want to do this, if you want your sweater to be even in the front and in the back, and you just do a round of single crochet and then go to the part where I do the round of double crochet. But for mine, excuse me, what I'm gonna do is I want the back to be a little higher up than the front, like this. And to do that, what I'm gonna do, as you see, I need to work from here to here, adding the length in here. So I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna cut my yarn. I'm gonna pass it through, close the stitch with my tapestry needle, around here, and lose the tail, and then I'll go back there later after I do my work in here, back and forth, that is the same length as the one in the front. And then I will place back in the center here the yarn again, and then do my round of single crochet all the way around. So this is optional, like I say. If you want to do it like this, or just do a round of single crochet and keep it even like this. So I'm gonna guide myself from this strand of yarn that I left here. That will be right in the center. So I'll do it like this, make sure that it's right in the center, yeah, like that, and then I will clean it up a little bit, not a lot. like that. And then I'm gonna place a marker in this top of the shoulder and in the other one. And I kept some of these. I'm gonna put the marker in here and a marker in here, and from this place of the marker is where I'm gonna work. I think I'm gonna go with half double crochet to start with, or single crochet, a slip stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, and I think I will do a double crochet. That way I have to do this just once. I don't have to go back and do it again. Okay, so we're gonna start in here. So we're gonna start with a slip knot, leaving a tail long enough for loosing, and you're gonna come to this marker in here, and I'm gonna remove it, go to the one before, pass the loop, and I'm gonna do a slip stitch to the next one. I'm gonna go to the next one, do a slip stitch, that way it's nice and even there. I'm gonna chain one, and I'm gonna do a single crochet in that space, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochet, because if you go in here, when you fold it like that, you see exactly in the same space where you had that, those single crochet are, and then you have to change the side of the stitch. So I'm gonna do half double crochet now. I'm gonna do a half double crochet, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 half double crochet. Now we're going to start with double crochet. I'm going to place the marker here, that way you can see from where, and this is in the first single crochet, where we are working from. And you see this is in the same height, but for now, because I want this to be a little bit more higher, so I will have to do this one more time after we do the round of single crochet, increase, and then we do it again. So I'm gonna count from here back the same amount that I did, that way the rest I do double crochet. So I did 6 single crochet and 8 half double crochet, that's 14. So I'm gonna count from the marker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And I have another marker here, and consider this is black. And then in the stitch after that one, at number 15, I'm gonna place this marker, and I know I had to finish my double crochet in that one. So I'm gonna count the double crochet. So it's 1 stitch on each space. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Do the 20 in the same space of that marker. I'm going to remove the marker out of the way. And then I'm going to start with half double crochet, 8 of them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The one on the marker. You remove your marker and do a slip stitch in the next one. That way it's nice and even. And I'm gonna cut my yarn. And I'm gonna pass it through. And I'm gonna lose this tail, but I'm gonna remove that slip stitch, and I'm gonna finish here exactly the same way as I did the other one in the back. Pass it through here, and then I will do the slip stitch with a tail in here. So now we're gonna work in a round of single crochet. You see, if I put it even in the back, it's only a little bit the difference, just a little bit, and I want to be a little more. So for the next one, when I do the next one, I don't have to go all the way where the markers are. It's just you moving them a little bit higher, and then you will see where you're going to start around here, and around here you're going to do that little piece of extra stitches. That's a short row in here, and then it will be higher in the back. So now you're going to lose this tail, and I decided to do a video for this. I mentioned that I wanted to do it after, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the video, and I'm going to publish that video before I publish the sweater. That way you can see that video and get ready for this part that I'm working with dark yarn. If you don't see the video, I know I mentioned it now, but probably already have published the video. If you don't see the video, I'm gonna leave a link here. You're gonna see an eye. You click on the eye, and I will bring you to that part where I will have done this with lighter yarn. That way I don't get a lot of complaint, and you guys are ready to work in this part. That way when somebody say, why you work the top with dark yarn, I say, well, I already have a video explaining that I did it with a lighter yarn, what I'm doing with the top. And that will be better for both of us. So now I'm going to lose the tail. I'm going to come here to the center again where I have this double crochet, and I will attach my yarn, do my regular round of single crochet, and then the next round of increase, and then we'll do again this step. Now we're going to start a regular row of single crochet. So I'm going to come straight here to that double crochet. I'm going to do a slip knot. I left the tails. I saw some tails, but I left them there to finish them up with a round single crochet. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to pass the loop, and I'm going to chain one, and in the same space I'm going to do my first single crochet, and I'm going to lose the tail as I work a single crochet on each space of each stitch. If you crochet tight, I recommend to change to a bigger size hook, because this will be shrinking if you don't work loose. I think I work a little bit too loose. but I don't find the yarn or anything. I just let it flow between my fingers and the hook. I just lending a hand to the hook and yarn, if you know what I mean. I don't tie this my hand in the hook or in my yarn or anything. It's nice and loose, just hardly touching the hook, and that's good for your hands as well. If you are with pressure in here, you're pressuring all your hand, all your joints and everything, and that's what you get hand pain. I don't. So you're gonna continue like this. I'm gonna pass this place in here, the way you see how I do that, and here in the last single crochet, and in the space where you did the last the slip stitch, you had to work on a stitch there, because remember it's a stitch in there that you did the slip stitch in that next stitch, and you have to continue. And like I said, I'm gonna do this, probably you've seen already the video of this top of the, and you see it will be nice and round and it's still flat. So far so good. And you're going to continue with single crochet all the way around, and then the next round will be an increase round, and then we'll take it from there. And you see it's still, even though we add that extra piece there, it's still round. Okay, and here is even. Now we're gonna do the increase round. I did my slip stitch in the first single crochet. I wanna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. So the last increase was 6 and an increase, and in the beginning we did 3 and an increase. That way is the increase. We have 6 in between here at the beginning and end, and then now we had to do 7 and an increase, and since 7 you can divide it in half, you're gonna do 7 double crochet and then an increase, and then in the next one there will be the next round of increase will be 8 and an increase, and then we do 4 and an increase, and then 8 and an increase, and then at the end we finish with 4, and so on. That's how you're gonna do your increases. Each time you have an even number increase, you will divide that in half. I start with a half and finish with the other half. So I have 3 chain. That's counted as the first double crochet. Go to the next. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, into the same space. You know, when I work with my crochet hook, I pretend that the hook is made of glass, that if you squeeze it too hard it will break, and that's an easy way to not to press too hard, because that will stress your hand and you will get tired and pain at night in your hands for crocheting. That's the way I see it. I think it's glass. If I squeeze it, it will break in half. So I'm gonna continue 1 double crochet and the next 7 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then you're going to do 2 and the same space, and like that you're going to continue all the way around this round, and you see it's still flat. So far so good. So I finished that round, and look, my piece is still nice and flat. It's not pulling, it's not no pulling up or nothing. It's nice and flat. So now we're gonna do what I'm gonna do. I don't know if you want to do that. That piece of short row in here, and we're gonna do it the same as we did before. And you're gonna fold the length here, and you're gonna figure out, maybe you want it like that, and you have to do a couple more times. So I don't know, as I work I'll be doing mine, how low I want in the front, you see. So in here I'm gonna fold it in here, and you're gonna look in the side, you're gonna put it even in here, and where it start to change, you see this start to get a little bit more out. Around here I'm gonna place my marker, and then I'm gonna come here to the center where I have that chain space. I'm gonna measure in here, place my marker again, and from marker to marker again I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start with some single crochet, half double crochet, a few double crochet, and do the same amount that I did in this side of single and double in the other side. Okay, that way it's nice and even. And it will be a little bit lower. Maybe I want to even lower after. I will do another set, but one at a time. So now I'm gonna cut the yarn, loose the tail, and I will show you how we're gonna work from one side to the other one of the marker. I'm gonna start with a slip knot, and I'm gonna come here to the place before the marker, and I'm gonna pass that loop, I'm gonna remove the marker, and from that loop to the next space I'm gonna do my single crochet. I'm gonna lose the tail at the same time. This time I don't gonna go up with one chain, I only gonna do a single crochet and the next one, and that will be nice and even. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet, and you're gonna come here and make sure that it is even in here. You see, when you have to start changing the size of the stitch, now I had to do half double crochet, and I will do 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now I will start doing double crochet. But before I do that, I want to come here and the other side of the marker, and I'm gonna count 8 because we did 4 single crochet and 4 half double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then the next one, I'm gonna place the marker that I removed from the other side, and that marker there, it will be the last double crochet. So now you're gonna do double crochet until you get to the first marker, and that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 in the place of the marker, and then I will do 4 half double crochet and 4 single crochet. So that's 1 half, that's 2, that's 3, and 4, and then 4 single. 1, 2, 3, remove the marker, 4 is in the marker, and go to the next space, pass your yarn through, slip stitch, cut your yarn, pass your yarn through, and loose that tail in that place, and it will be like this. This place start to look a little bit longer there and shorter in the front. So when you fold this in half, and this is even in the bottom, you will see here that the back of your sweater is a little bit higher. Okay, so if you want to do another of those, you will do another repetition, but for mine I think that's enough. I'm cutting yarn and doing that, maybe. So now I'm gonna lose a tail, and all the tails except this one. This one is my guide, and I can put a marker there. I just got in the mail some of these to make some markers with little owls that are so now I'm gonna lose those tails, and I will continue showing you what to do next. So this is what I've done so far, and this is what I'm going to do for the video with a lighter yarn. This part in here that I've done so far with the increases of those rounds of the short row, and that way you can come here and then continue with your piece. So I'm gonna come here at the center. If you would like, you can do one more, but that's up to you. If you want a little lower, you can do one more even around the side here, and do one more just in here, you see, to make it a little bit even lower. But for mine it's perfect like this. We're in Canada and we need this nice and warm in the top. As a matter of fact, I made you a color with a knitted color with 2 needles, with circular needles. So I'm gonna come here at the center. I'm gonna do a slip knot. I'm gonna pass it through that loop. I'm gonna chain 1, and I'm gonna do a single crochet in the same space, and I'm gonna do a single crochet on top of each space of a stitch from the round before. I'm gonna grab that tail to loosen here. Yeah. And then we're gonna do after this, that we finish with the slip stitch, we'll do a round of increase, and that is double crochet, and this time is a stitch in between increase, except in the beginning that you're going to divide it in 4 and 4 for the beginning, 4 at the end, to do your increase. So I'm going to continue with single crochet all the way around. I finished that round of single crochet, and that was number 7. I don't count those 2 half of rows, those short rows. I just did them. I don't count them. That way I can keep track of the ones in the front, that if I count those one in the back, it's missing those one in the front. So I don't count those 2 short rows. So we did round 7 single crochet. Now in 8 we had to do a stitch and 1 increase. So we're gonna, because we can divide in half 8, we do 4 double crochet, 1 increase, and then a 1 increase, a 1 increase. And number 9 will be a single crochet round. Number 10 will be 9 stitches and 1 increase. So you will do your 9 stitches and then 1 increase. Only when it's even number, you divide it in half to do the increases. So in round 12 will be an even number. It will be 10 and an increase. So you will do 5 and an increase, and then 10 increase, 10 increase, and you'll finish with 5 at the end, and so on until you have these for your size over the shoulders, almost that you need to do like this much more to finish under the arm. Okay, and that will be where we're gonna do the color, the change of the color. Okay, so I will work on mine, and I will let you know how many rounds I do for mine and the increase in between the stitches. Okay, so I decided to show you this one. So it's number 8. So you're gonna do 1, 2, and 3, yarn over, and you're gonna do 4 double crochet, that chain 3 counts as the first one. That's 2, 3, and 4, and then you're going to do 2 double crochet in the same space of that single crochet for an increase. And then now you're going to do 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now you're going to do 2 double crochet in the same space as the next single crochet, 1 and 2 for an increase. And like that you're going to continue this round, and you're going to finish with 4 double crochet, do the slip stitch, do a round of single crochet, and in the next one you will do 9 double crochet and an increase, and then a round of single crochet, and then 5 double crochet and increase, 10 double crochet and increase, 10 double crochet and increase, and then you finish with 5 double crochet, and so on. I finished round 9 of single crochet. Now 10 is 9 and increase, and I decided to do it anyway, that way I don't leave you guys hanging. So 1, 2, 3 chain count as the first double crochet, and then you're going to do 9. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2 in the same space, 1 and 2 double crochet in the same space, and that's the increase, and you're going to continue like that all the way around. And then round 11 is a single crochet, and round 12 will be 10 and an increase. I finished my round of single crochet. Now I'm going to do the row 12, that is 10 and an increase. So I will start 5 and then increase in the next stitch, and then I do 10 stitches to 10 double crochet, and in the next single crochet I will do 2 in the same space for the increase, and like that I will continue until I finish this round. And then I'm gonna try it on, and depend how far I'm done, I will maybe do already the accent color with a stitch, and then from there I will continue. Okay, so now I had to do 5 and an increase, and then 10 is a separate double crochet, and in the next one 2 for an increase. Okay, and this is round 12. Remember, I'm not counting these 2 half round. So I did that round of increase, that was round 12, and remember I don't count in the 2 short rows or half rounds. And I did 5 and an increase, 10 and an increase, 10 and an increase. I finished with 5, and now I'm gonna do round 13 is a single crochet, and in 14 I'm gonna change color and do my stitch. So I finished that round, and I count my stitches. I have multiple of 2, so make sure that your stitches are the single crochet and multiple of 2. If not, if you're missing 1 stitch, just add a stitch in any of the places, because we have to have multiple of 2 for the design of the stitch. So now we're gonna start. I'm gonna lose the tail, cut here, lose the tail, and start working with this one. I'm gonna start with slip knot, and I'm gonna start with my 6mm crochet hook. And if in next round I find that it's not open enough, I will use a 6.5 for the next one, and I have the 7 as well. So depending if it's because I don't can increase in this stitch. So you're gonna pass that loop, and you're gonna chain 3, 1, and I'm gonna secure that tail in here, 2 and 3. Yarn over. I'm gonna do the star stitch or star anise that I worked before with that stitch. It's a really beautiful stitch. So you're gonna come here in the same space where you did that chain 3. You're gonna pass it through. You had 3 loops. Oops, I pulled the tail and I pulled everything out. You have 3, yarn over, you have 4. You're gonna skip 1 single crochet and go to the next one. You have 5. You're gonna close those 5 and chain 1, and that's the stitch. You're gonna do a yarn over. You're gonna go to the same space where you did that stitch and the same single crochet. You have 3, yarn over, you skip 1, go to the next one, pass your yarn through. You have 5 loops. You're gonna close those 5 loops like this, and then you're gonna chain 1. Again, yarn over. You're gonna come to the same space at the last stitch. You have 3, yarn over, you have 4, skip 1 single crochet, go to the next one. You have 5. You're gonna close those 5 and you're gonna chain 1. And like that is how we're gonna do these rounds. Again, you have 3, yarn over, skip 1, go to the next one. You have 5. You're gonna close those 5 and you're gonna chain 1. And like that you're gonna continue all the way around this row around. I will show you again. Yarn over, you go to the same space at that stitch in the single crochet. You're going to pass your yarn through. You have 3, yarn over, skip 1, go to the next one. You have 5, you see, and you're going to close those 5. After you close those 5 like that, and then you chain 1, yarn over, go to the same space. You have 3, yarn over, skip 1 single crochet, go to the next one, pass your yarn through. You have 5 loops. You're going to close those 5 loops and then chain 1. I'm going to finish the last one, so I'm going to do my 3, 4, skip 1, go to the next one, 5. I'm going to close this 5, and I don't want to do a chain 1 at the end because I'm going to do my slip stitch in the second chain, leaving the third chain for the space. Okay, like that. And I finish in here, and I like the way I look so far. So I'm gonna do the next round, and I'm gonna do it again with the same hook to see if I can continue with the same size hook. If not, I will frog that or undo that row and do it with a 6.5 or 7mm. So now we go for round 2 of the accent color, and we're gonna start the second round with the accent color. And I did a hat, and I've done quite a few projects with this stitch, but this year I did a hat and a cowl, and I'm gonna leave a picture here that way you see which one I'm talking about, and also I will leave the link. So for the hat I did a change of the stitch, because if we do the stitches like we're supposed to, we'll have an empty little square here and don't gonna look nice. So what I did, and instead of doing the yarn over to continue with my work on top of each 5 space in here, I'm gonna go to the same space where I did the slip stitch, pass to the back to the chain space, pass it through, pull, and that extra loop will close the hole. And then we do the yarn over, go to the space on top of this 5, pass it through. You have 4, yarn over, go to the next space of 5, pass your yarn through. You have 6, and you're gonna close those 6 and chain 1. And in here is in the only space that you will have 6, because that extra that we did in here to close the little hole that is created when you work to the next space. So again, you're gonna continue exactly the same as you did the stitch from the round before. Yarn over, you had 2, go to the same space where you did the last stitch, pass it through. You had 3, yarn over, go to the next space of 5 in the top. You have 5, you're gonna close this 5, and when you close the 5, you're creating the space where you're gonna work next round. Chain 1 and continue. Come here, you have 3, yarn over, go to the next chain 5, you have 5, close those 5 and chain 1, yarn over, go to the same space of the last stitch, you have 3, yarn over, go to the 5 space in the top, you have 5, close those 5 and chain 1. And don't forget to always chain 1, because if you don't do the chain 1, you'll be decreasing the stitch. Okay, so you're going to continue doing this until the end, and I will show you how to finish this round. I'm going to show you one more time. So you're going to do a yarn over, go to the same space that you did the last stitch, pass it through, you have 3, yarn over, go to the next space of 5, pass it through, you have 5, you're going to close this and chain 1, and again yarn over, pass it through, you have 5, close those 5, chain 1, and make sure that you always chain that space, do the chain 1 space, otherwise you will be decreasing. And chain 1, and like that you're going to continue all the way around this round. We're going to show you the end of this round. I have one whole one there, so you're going to come to this one, you have 3, yarn over, go to that one, go to the top, you have 5, close your 5, chain 1, and in here you see you have that little leg here that we need to have it here in order to create that stitch in the next round. So you're going to do a yarn over, go to the same space that you did the last stitch, and you have 3, you're going to close those 3 and go to the second chain and do your slip stitch, and you're done the second round like this. So now I'm going to try it on to see if it's still loose in here, that it's not, you know, pulling inside like that, and if it's fine, I will continue with this hook, and I will do I think I want to do 2 more, these 2 and 2 more around like that, for the design with this color in here. So I tried it on, I took a picture, I'm going to leave the picture here as well, that way you can see the progress of the sweater, and you can see how I'm doing so far and what we've done so far. And I'm going to continue with my 6mm because this is not gathering it up or anything. It's perfect. If you look at the picture, it is exactly how I want it to be. So now I'm going to chain 3 and we're going to do the repetition of the first round. So we're going to do 2 more, these 2 repetitions. So you're going to do a yarn over, you're going to go to the same space where you did the slip stitch. I always like to pass through the slip stitch and the chain in the back. You pass it through, that way it comes out at the same place of the chain. You have 3, yarn over 4 and go to the first space of 6, because remember we have extra leg in here. You're going to pass through the top, you have 5, you're going to close those 5 and chain 1. Again, yarn over, go to the same space in here, you're going to pass it through, you have 3, yarn over 4, go to the top of the 5, you have 5, and you're going to close those 5 and chain 1. So again, yarn over, and go to the top of the 5, you have 5, close those 5 and chain 1. And like that you're going to continue all the way. And I like the combination of the 2 color and the stitches. So I'm going to finish this round. I have 3, yarn over, I go to this one, 5, I close this 5, I'm going to go to the second chain in here, and I'm going to do my slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try it on to see if I need to do another round. I have done 3 and it looked perfect. You see in the side it's not pulling, you know, the yarn is not pulling or anything, is continue open. So I think this is the length for mine. If it's not, I will do one more round of the accent color if it's enough, and then I will do all the way around one round of single crochet with this color, and then we'll separate the body and arms. But I love it, love it, love it, love it so far. So I tried it on, and I'm gonna leave it with only these 3 rounds of this accent color, and I'm gonna cut my yarn, lose that tail, and then start working with the charcoal, because I need to do a couple more rounds with the charcoal before I separate the body and the sleeve. So I recommend for you to try it on, and you will know if this what we've done so far is good for your size, and maybe you want to add 1 or 2 more of these accent colors, depend of your size. So I will finish this here, and then I will start working with the main. Now we're gonna start with this color. I'm gonna do a slip knot, and I'm gonna come here and the chain space. I'm gonna pull my yarn through. I'm gonna chain 1, and in that same space I'm gonna do a single crochet. That's the first single crochet, and then I'm gonna come to the top of the 5, single crochet, to the chain space, single crochet, and top of the 5, single crochet, the chain space, single crochet, and the top of the 5, single crochet, and like that you're gonna go all the way around, and you're gonna finish with the slip stitch and here. So after I finished doing that round of single crochet, I decided to do a round of double crochet without any increase, and then in the next I will be separating the body and the sleeve. I didn't record showing you how I start this, because it's you finish with the slip stitch, chain 3, and you do a double crochet on top of each single crochet. But I want to try this after I do this, because I don't know if this is bringing in this part of the sweater or not. So is it bring it in, and then I will frog this or undo this round, and then I will do a few increase, and that's why I didn't record that. And you will say, oh, a few clips ago she have long nails, now short nails. Now that one broke, and then I cut them all. I feel a little bit weird with short nails now. But yeah, I started this yesterday. I work a little bit on it, and then continue today. So you're gonna continue working a round of double crochet with no increase. At least for mine, I'm not doing any increase. If you find that for you start to gather up, just do 4 or 5 increase in this round, or 6 increase. Okay. But I have to try it on to see if this will work. And so far I'm loving what I see. So I finished that round of double crochet, and now I place the marker where I'm gonna separate my sleeve. So what you're gonna do for yours is you're gonna try it on. I did try this one on, and I had to move the stitch marker a few times. So I decided, and what I did was I placed my stitch marker, you know, when I put it on, where I thought that was the perfect place. So I did 1 round of single crochet, and then I did 10 chain under the arm, and I went all the way around and I did the same, but it was two little space under the arm for me, 10 chain, and the stitches were stitch marker, they were too high up in here, so the sleeves were really tight under my arm. So what I did, I moved my stitch marker, and then I did 16 chain on between the markers here for under the arm, and I had to play with that like 3 times to get it in the right place. So you have to do that on yours, because I don't know how many chain you start yours with, and all the sizes are not the same. Maybe you start with the same size of mine, of 70 stitches, but your body is a little different shape than mine. So you have to play where exactly you want the markers. So you'll have to mark with the markers, and then do 1 round of single crochet, doing some chain in between the arm. Try it on and see if you can move around your arm, and they are if it feels right, it will be right, okay? But you have to do that on your own sweater. Anyway, I will count how many stitches I have for the back, how many stitches I have for each arm, and how many stitches I have for the front. The ones that are important that you have the same amount is for the arm, that way they are the same width. The body can have 1 stitch more in the back or 1 stitch more in the front. It is not a problem, okay? So, and here I'm gonna count first the one in the back, and I have my marker here. So I'm gonna count from this side, that double crochet, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, you see, and this side of the marker. And then for the sleeve I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34. And for the front, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38 for the front, 1 extra for the front, and I have 34 again in my other sleeve. So you have to play around with that, separating your where you want your arms, and you can guide yourself because this is right in the center at the piece. And that's it. That's what I did for mine. I just play around with it and figure out where I wanted the sleeve, that they feel right once you do the first round of single crochet. I'm gonna continue with this stitch, 1 round of single crochet, 1 round of double crochet, but this time we don't have to do increase for the body. You only have to do increase for the body if you are a little bit bigger in the top, you know. You'll have to do and I don't mean offending anybody by saying bigger than the top, because we all are different shapes and size, and that is normal. And you're gonna work straight and then after that we're gonna work on the sleeve. And then before the end of the body, I'm gonna do again this, and before the end of the sleeve in here, I'm gonna do this again. That way it's really nice and symmetric. So now we're gonna do around a single crochet, and I hope you understand my explanation and how to separate the piece. Okay, now we're gonna start with a chain 1 and a single crochet, and top of each double crochet until you get to the marker. So something that I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, and I'm sorry that I mentioned it now, but if you are like me, I like to watch something first or read a pattern first before I start. So I always recommend to watch to see if you feel comfortable enough to do the piece. So what I wanted to mention is, if you want to change the size of the sweater, but you don't want to change the amount of stitches that are done for mine, and you wanted to do it just a little bit smaller, what you can change is the size hook. You can change to a 5mm, and it will be smaller. Automatically, it will create a smaller stitches. So that's something that I wanted to recommend. So I got here until the first place where I have the marker, and then I'm gonna chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And here I recommend to do an even number chain, because if you do an odd number, I have 34, and if you do 11, you'll have an odd number amount of stitches. You want to have even number, okay? So you can do 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, depending on how many chains you want to do for yours. So I did a single crochet in the other side, here in the place for the sleeve, and then I'm gonna continue working 1 single crochet and top of each single crochet until I get to the other marker. When I get to the other marker, I will do my 16 chain and then go to the marker in the back, and then you can remove the markers and continue working. So I will meet you here at the end of this round. And this, I have to do this, what I'm doing now, like 3 times in order to figure out how many chains I want for mine. And I really like the way it started to look my sweater. So now I'm in the next marker, and I'm gonna do my single crochet. I'm gonna chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I'm gonna go to the other marker. So when I was doing the trial and error to see how many chain and all that stuff, I work until here, until this marker. I did a couple of more single crochet, and I pull my yarn in here. I don't went all the way here, that way I don't have to undo that part, and I try it on, and that's from where I work. I tried it on a few times to see where exactly I wanted my sleeves, and that is perfect. So you're gonna continue working until the first single crochet, do a slip stitch, and we're gonna continue from there. So I finished that round. So now I'm gonna work 1 round double crochet, and then single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, and no increase or decrease. And I'm gonna work for 3 or 4 rounds, and then I will try it on, and then from there, if it's too small, I will remove those 3 or 4 rounds, and then I will do it again. If it's not, I will continue working. If it's too loose, I will do a couple of decrease, you know, in the single crochet round. That way it look better with the full double crochet. I'm gonna work mine until I'm almost done, and then I will do the same 3 rounds of this color in the body, and then I continue working a few more of this color, and the same for the sleeve. Like I mentioned, I will do a few 3 in here, and then I continue with this one. If you want more of this color, you can do more often, but for mine it will be just in those places. So I recommend to try it on as you work, and just in case you catch any problem in time, because it's better to remove 3 or 4 rounds than remove 15-20 rounds. Almost you're done, and then you realize it's too loose or too tight, and then you had to do more work. So I will do that, work a few rounds of one double crochet now, and then single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, until probably cover my chest almost, to see if it's loose enough. I did a double crochet on top of the last single crochet, and then now I'm gonna work in my chains, and I'm gonna do 16 double crochet. And if you look, I still have my markers just in case when I do those few rounds, and if I have to undo my work, I still have my markers in place where I will keep them if everything is okay, and then I will remove the marker. But in the meantime, they don't bother me there. So I'm gonna do my 16 double crochet, go to the other side, do all the front with double crochet, do the 16 double crochet in the chain, finish here with a slip stitch, and then I will continue working in the round with 1 round of single crochet and 1 round of double crochet. So I tried on this, and I find that this sleeve in here, the top, it is too open, go too much to the front. So I decided that I'm gonna undo this when I'm done, and I'm gonna move my marker 2 stitches in this side, 2 stitches in the front, and the same in the other side. So it will be 30 stitches on each sleeve, but I want to keep my 16 for here. This is perfect. It's just here that is a little bit too open. I want a little bit more close in this part in here. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do, and then you should try yours and figure it out if you have to move your markers around, but for mine I have to move them. So I took apart that piece, and here is all my yarn. That way you see, and I took a few pictures, and I'm gonna leave some pictures here, that way you see why I took it apart. That way you see the progress. It's better to show you the picture how it look at me and why I took it apart. So now, since I removed some stitches from the sleeve and added to the body, I don't think I'm gonna do 16. I'm gonna do 14, because already I'm adding 4 to the front and 4 to the back. That's 8, and if I do 16, that will be 12 stitches in total. So I'd rather to do 14. If I had to undo it again, I will do it. I'm not in a rush to do this, and at the end it don't look right. You know, I want it to look perfect. Undoing a few rounds in crochet is very easy. It's not like knitting that has a total different thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't like that one. That one is a little bit too loose in here. So let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. I'm gonna come here to this marker, and I'll do my single crochet, and I will continue all the way around, and I will do exactly as I've done so far, and I will do until I work all this again, and I will try it again to see how I look, and then I will continue. So I'm done part of the body, And I'm gonna measure and tell you how many rounds I did so far, because now I'm gonna change to the denim and do those 3 rounds of the stitch, and then after that I will continue again with this color. So this one measure from the gap of the under the arm 11 inches or 28 centimeters long. And I have done, remember the first round that I did in the body was a round of double crochet, so I'm gonna count the round. 1, 2 is the single one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 was the round of single crochet. And I really like the combination of single crochet and double crochet. It gives a really nice finish and it look almost like a half a stripe of the same color. It's really nice. And then here, this is the seam, and I've been working the seam like I showed you doing the slip stitch, and not on top of the third chain, but on top of the first double crochet, and that create a very straight line here in the back that is almost seamless, because you don't see hardly the seam in here. The rows go nice and straight. So now I'm gonna cut my yarn in here and change, lose the tail and change color into the denim, and then do the 3 rounds at the stitch, and then after that I will be working again with this color for a few more rounds, and I'll be done with the body and then working in the sleeve. I wish you can see in person this piece in here that you don't see the seam where you start or ended your rounds. So I'm gonna do a slip knot, and I'm gonna come here and top where I did the slip stitch, and I'm gonna pass this loop through here. I'm gonna close a little bit because I did a little bit too loose, and I'm gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna go here at the same space where I did the chain 3. After you do the yarn over, and you go inside here and you pass, you have 3, yarn over, you skip 1, go to the next one, you have 5, you're gonna close those 5 and chain 1. You're gonna do a yarn over, go to the same space that you did the last stitch, you pass your hook, you have 3, yarn over, skip 1 single crochet and go to the next single crochet, and you have 5. You're gonna close those 5 and chain 1. Again, yarn over, and you're gonna go in the same space, you have 3, yarn over, skip 1 single crochet, go to the next one, you have 5. You're gonna close those 5 and you're gonna chain 1, and like that you're gonna continue exactly as we did the 3 rounds on the top. You're gonna do 3 rounds in here, that way they are very the same side, very symmetrical. Okay, I will show you one more time. So yarn over, you go to the same space with where you did that leg, and you have 3, yarn over, you have 4, skip 1 single crochet and go to the next one, you have 5 loops. You're gonna close those 5 loops and chain 1, and like that you're gonna continue all the way around, nice and easy, creating the start stitch in here. I'm gonna finish here, and the last one, gonna pass through here, I have 3, yarn over, skip 1, go to the next one, pass through, you have 5. You're gonna close your 5, and you see you have that one in here, and you're gonna count 1, and in the second one you're gonna do your slip stitch, and you have the same separation in between all of them because I chain 1 in here. Chain 3, the third one. You're gonna chain 3, and you're gonna come here to the same space where you did the slip stitch. You're gonna pass your hook through to the back because we had to close the little hole. Now yarn over, you go on top of this 5, you pass it, you have 4, yarn over, you have 5, and go on top of the next 5, and you have 6. Only in this one you will have 6. You're gonna close those 6, chain 1, and then you're gonna continue working and top of those 5 exactly the same way we did the round before. You see, you go in the same space where you did the last stitch. You have 3, yarn over, go to the top of the next 5, you pass it through, you have 5, close those 5 and chain 1, and like that you're going to continue all the way around, and we'll finish here this round, and then we'll start the next one and finish, and then after we work with the main color. I'm going to finish here on top of this one. I have 3, yarn over, go on top of this 5, I have 5, I'm going to close those 5, chain 1, yarn over, go back to the same space, and we're going to do the 3 strand stitch. So I have 3, you're going to close those 3, and you're going to go to the second chain and do a slip stitch, and like that you finish your second round. Now again you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, yarn over. We're going to do the repetition of round 1. So you go to the same space, you have 3, yarn over, go on top of this group, and you have 5, you're going to close those 5, chain 1, again you go to the same space that you did the last stitch, you have 3, yarn over, go to the top of the next one, the next 5, go through, you have 5, you're going to close those 5 and chain 1, and you're going to continue working in this round, and when we finish this one we will change color and work for a little bit of this color, and we done the body of the sweater. I'm going to finish in the last one. I have 3, yarn over, I go on top of these 3 that I close on the top, I have 5, I'm going to close those 5, and I'm going to go to the second chain and do a slip stitch, my scissors, cut the yarn, I will lose that tail, and I will be done this part, and then I will start working with the dark color again, just a little bit, you know, a little border, and then I will done the body. So I'm gonna work single crochet all the way around. So 1 single crochet in the chain space and 1 single crochet on top of the 5, 1 single crochet in the chain space and 1 in top of the 5. We are recreating back the same amount of stitch that we had when we changed color. So I'm gonna do 1 round of single crochet, 1 of double crochet, another one a single crochet, double crochet and single crochet. So I want to finish with single crochet at the end of my sweater. So depend how many you want to have here, okay? How long. So I'm gonna work my 3 chain, and I'm gonna do a double crochet on top of each single crochet. So you don't have to change the color exactly at the same length that I did for mine. If you want this as a tunic to put on top of leggings, you can change the color when you have more length, because and then don't gonna look nice to have this in here, the color and then a huge piece of the gray. Don't gonna look right, okay? So you have to proportion where you want your color change, okay? So I don't want mine too long, so that's why I did 11 inches and then I changed color, and then now I just gonna do a few rounds of this one, and then we'll start working on our sleeves. So I done my length, and I still have my yarn here that I had to cut and lose that tail. And after I did that change of color of those 3 rounds, I did 1 of single crochet, 1 of double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, and I finished with 1 of single crochet. So I did 3 rounds of single crochet and 2 of double crochet after this color, and I love it. So it's not a very busy design that have too many colors and too many stripes or anything. So it's perfect. The accent color is perfect. Now we're gonna do the sleeve, and before you finish your sleeve, what you're gonna do is do again the 3 rounds of this color of accent, and it will look amazing. So in here I'm gonna remove that slip stitch, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut the yarn, pass it through, and then I'm gonna pass with the tapestry needle under the single crochet, you know, that chain that you see in the top, the V, and then pass it inside that stitch in here and finish in the inside, and it will look like you never done a stitch, you stitch in there. Okay, now I'm gonna measure in here, that way I give you the length of mine. And in inches is 14.5 inches, and that is in centimeter 37 centimeters long. So that's the length that I like for mine. I'm gonna keep that length. So now I'm gonna work in one of the sleeves off camera. I still have my markers here. I'm gonna work on one of the sleeves, write down every single step that I'm gonna do in one, and then when I'm gonna do the other one, I will make sure here to show you how we're gonna work. Here I have my first sleeve done, and it looks really nice. When I try it on, it has a really nice shape to it. So I work from row 1 to 29 with the main color, and then after I work the design and the motif with a different color, and then I did the cuff of the sleeve. I have to change the size of hook from here to the end, because each time I try to do this part here, I did it with my 6mm, and it was too wide. I get this piece too wide because it get loose, and then I tried with a 5.5, and again it's too loose, and then I tried with a 4.5, and that's the one that was perfect, because my sleeve is nice and in a good shape. It don't go wider here, because you don't want the sleeve wider here. You want it to decrease the size in here and this smallest part of your arm. So for yours, you have to be working yours and measure as you go. So let me explain you before I start. You know, here when we separated the body and the open for the arm, I did in the body a single crochet round and then a chain spaces here under the arm. So I will start with the row of single crochet. For mine was 46 single crochet, and then I have everything here. The first round was 46 single crochet. The second I did 2 decrease, and then I have 44 from round 3 to 7, 44 stitches working single crochet and double crochet. So the 7 is single crochet. Round number 8 I did 2 decrease, and then I have 42. From 9 to 13 I worked those 42, and 14 I did 2 decrease, and I have 40. From 15 to 22 I work those 40, and 22 I did a decrease and I have 38, and from 23 to 27 I worked those 38, and in 28 I did a decrease, I have 36, and I did around 29, that was the round a single crochet here of those 36, and then I work the design in here and the end of the sleeve. And this was single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, and row 39, 40, and 41 were 3 rounds of single crochet that I finished my sleeve at the end. That way it's nice, and you know, it have really nice body to it. So as you work, you have to try your sweater. For mine is the perfect fit, and you'll see when I try it on at the end, and I will give you the measurement for mine until the under the arm. And measure exactly 15 inches, and 15 inches is 38 centimeters. So that's the length for mine. Maybe yours need less round, and maybe need more. It's up to you measuring as you go. I had to try around quite a few times in order to get the length. Okay, so now we're going to start in this side with our 46 single crochet, and we'll start right on the center under the arm. And here I count the stitches, the double crochet that I have in the body, and I have 16, so I count 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, that's 8. in the center here. Okay, let me see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yeah, I counted the wrong one there. And between those 8 I gonna pass my hook, do a slip knot, and I'm gonna pass that loop, and I'm gonna chain 1, and at the same space I'm gonna do my first single crochet. So for mine is 46, maybe for you is 48 or 44, it depends the opening that you left here, maybe 50. So as long as you have multiple of 2, that's no problem. If you have 1 extra, what you do is you decrease, you do 2 in the same space, and that's it. You're decreasing that extra stitch, because you have to have even number, because as you decrease, you're decreasing 2 at a time, and you have to have even number for the stitch in here. Okay, so it's very important that you have even number, so you try to have even number in this round of single crochet. So I'm gonna continue with mine and making sure I will keep count to have 46 single crochet. I have my 46 single crochet. Now we're gonna do the first decrease, and by chaining 2, 1 and 2 is the first decrease. Yarn over, you go to the next space of a single crochet, and you're gonna do a double crochet, and you're gonna do a double crochet on top of each single crochet until you have 2 left at the end. That is where we're gonna do the next decrease, or the second decrease. I have 2 single crochet left, so I'm gonna do a yarn over, and I'm gonna work a double crochet that I don't gonna finish. I have 2 loops, yarn over, I go to the next space of the single crochet, do a double crochet. Now we're gonna finish those 3 stitches that we have on our hook. You're gonna do a slip stitch, and like that you close those, you decrease 1 in there, and then here you start with chain 2, and then you're gonna go on top of the first double crochet right on top, and you're gonna do your slip stitch, and like that you decrease those 2 stitches. Okay, so now you're gonna chain 1, and in the same space at the slip stitch you're gonna do your first single crochet, and you're gonna work a single crochet on top of each double crochet, and you have to make sure that you have minus those 2 that you decrease. So for mine it will be 44 single crochet. So you had 50 at the beginning, at the first round, so you will have 48. If you had 48, you will have 46. But you have to make sure that you decrease 2. So you're gonna work this round of single crochet, and then double crochet, single crochet, double crochet with no decrease or anything. You work in the round as we did the body until round 7, that is a single crochet, and then number 8 we're gonna do another decrease. I'm gonna do my 44 single crochet. I don't gonna grab, you know, the top of the stitch here, that long stitch, because it'll create a little hole there. You go under almost all of it, not quite, you see, in the middle at the first double crochet that you don't finish, you go in there, you do your single crochet, and then you go and do your slip stitch in the first one, and like that you did your 2 decrease from the round before. So now you have 44 double crochet that you have to do. So you chain 3, 1 2 and 3, and that counts as the first one, and you're gonna do your double crochet. So I will show you how you're gonna finish this one, and then you will work into round 7, that is a round of single crochet, and then I will show you in round 8 how to do the decrease again, and then from there I will give you in which row or round I did my decrease, and then I will meet you here to do the change of color and the design of the stitch and finishing the sleeve. Okay, but it's working the same stitch, nothing complicated, just round of double crochet and single crochet and a few decrease, so it's very easy. Now I'm gonna work in the last double crochet in top of the last single crochet, and the single crochet is right on top of the double crochet from the round before. So now you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, and then on top of the fourth chain, that is the top of the double crochet, you're gonna do your slip stitch. You're gonna chain 1, and in the same space you're gonna do your first single crochet, and you're gonna work a single crochet on top of each double crochet. And this is round 5, and then 6 is a double crochet, and 7 is single crochet, and then I will meet you here in 8 to do the decrease. Finish round 7. Now I'm gonna chain 2 for a decrease, so only 2. Yarn over, go to the next space and do a double crochet, and that is the first decrease. And now you're gonna do a double crochet on top of each single crochet until you have only 2 single crochet left at the end. That it is where we're gonna do the last decrease of this round. I have 2 single crochet left, so I'm gonna do a double crochet that I don't want to finish. I have 2 loops. Yarn over, go to the next one. I don't want to finish. I have 3. Now I'm gonna close those 3 and do a slip stitch. I'm gonna count 1, the 2 chain, and on top of the third, that is the top, right on top of the first double crochet, you're gonna do slip stitch, and like that you decrease 2 stitches. So you're gonna chain 1, and on top of the double crochet you're gonna do your first single crochet, and now you'll have 44 single crochet. You're gonna continue working with these 44 stitches, 1 round of single crochet and 1 round of double crochet until round 13. And 14 you will do another decrease like this one in here, and then you continue working until row 21, and then in 22 you will have another decrease, and then in 28 and 29 you will do a round of single crochet, and then I will meet you here to change color and needle size. But I recommend to try on your sweater as you work, because remember my arm is not exactly the same as yours, so you have to keep track of what you do for yours. Maybe in yours you don't have to do this decrease in round 8 and you go all the way to round 14 without doing any decrease. So I really recommend to try it on and keep track of everything that you do in each round in a piece of paper or a notebook or whatever you want to do it. That way you do exactly the same that you do in one sleeve, you do in the other one, like I did. So I will meet you here in row 29. Remember, my decrease is now in row 8 that I did, in row 14, 22, and 28. So I finished here my 29th round with a single crochet, and the sleeve is like a 3/4 sleeve right now. If you like, you can leave it like this. Just do 2 more round of single crochet. You can leave it like this, but for mine, I'm gonna do it like this. So now after the row 29, you're gonna change color and hook size. I went to a 4.5 millimeter to do this part in here, and I did 3 rounds of the stitch, exactly the same as I did in here. You're gonna do for the sleeve in those 36 stitches. After that, you're gonna do 9 rounds with the main color, but still with the 4.5. You don't need to do any decrease, because automatically using the smaller hook, this will be smaller. So I did 3 rounds of double crochet and 6 of single crochet. Okay, I did 1 in here, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, and 3 at the end of single crochet. So you're gonna do that in your sleeve, and then you lose all your tails, and then you're done your sweater. Work in the next sleeve exactly the same as you did the first one, and you're done. So I'm gonna do that. because it's exactly the same as we've done so far. You're gonna do this stitch in the sleeve, nothing different, exactly the same. So something that I wanted to mention, since we're working with a smaller crochet hook, the stitch is smaller here. So if you want, in this one, this closer to the border here, and then what you do is, and instead of finish when row 29, you continue and do 30 of double crochet and 31 of single crochet, and then you move these lower. But for mine, I like it like this, it's fine. But you see, these 3 rounds is much smaller than these 3. So just in case, I'm going to give you the measurement of this one. So they measure exactly 4 centimeters, and that's 1.5 inches. That is with a smaller crochet hook. And with a bigger crochet hook, it measures exactly 2 inches, and that is 5 centimeters. So half an inch bigger is changing the hook side. So that's something that I wanted to mention. So I hardly use any of this yarn, and I still have plenty of this one to do something else. You can do a matching hat, some boot cuff or leg warmers with these, you know, that go in contrast with your sweater. And I don't gonna change anything here in the top. I like the way the color look. You have that strand of the chain in here that look really nice in the top. So I'm gonna continue, and I will show you the end result when I finish here my sleeve. Now here I did my last single crochet. I'm gonna cut the yarn, I'm gonna pull it through, and with my tapestry needle I'm gonna close under here exactly the same as I did for the body, and that way it's nice and even, and you don't see where you start or finish. Done, and I lost the tails. Nice, get really nice and the same size, exactly the same. And here is our sweater. You know, it's nice and soft. Sometimes people that knit with net are really intimidated to do a crochet piece because they think that the yarn, that the piece is hard. But working with this lion brown premium acrylic, it's incredible how soft this sweater it is. It's so nice. Don't feel like it is crochet. And I have here, this one I hardly use any, so I have enough here to do another sweater that I can do the main color, and this is the accent color. I just have this little bit, I had to wind it up. So with 2 balls of yarn of this, you can make 2 sweaters. What do you think of the end result? I love this sweater because the yarn is acrylic, premium acrylic. It's nice and soft and nice and warm, and I love the combination of the 2 colors that I give to mine. So you can buy different color or different combination. And I love the length of my sleeve. I tend to do my sleeve a little bit long, and all the time I have to be pulling them back, and this length is perfect. I don't have to be, you know, doing this all the time. So I love this length. I think for now on I will do my sweater like this. And with those 2 balls of yarn, you have enough to do 2 sweaters. You know, just change the colors around. The other one will be this the main color, and this the accent color. If you like to do a tunic, you can do that as well. You can do the main color longer, and then do the accent color a little lower to the border, and it will look perfect with leggings. So I hope you guys like it, and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this sweater and you want to send me some pictures, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman Crochet. I'm gonna